Matt, did your Uber Eats just arrive? Because I heard your door like ring.
apparently it's a parcel, so I'm not sure what parcel it is, but they've left it outside the door. And James is he is just about to go out, so if you can give us a minute or two, the door might make a noise in about a minute or two, but then there should be hopefully there won't be any other background noise.
Oh, perfect. Oh, it's nice to it's nice to speak to you. It's been ages.
I know. How are you doing?
We're good. Well, I'm good, and Dan is currently like battling a fly in his room.
No, I won the battle. Okay, the fly is gone.
Amazing.
Now I'm just drinking like off-brand Red Bull. Matt, I don't know if you listened to one of the episodes, I had a Monster Energy Ultra before an episode a few weeks ago, and I truly lost my mind. So,
it was something. It was something.
It was loud. It was too much. So what we've done is we've pulled it back. We're now drinking Tesco Blue Spark sugar free.
Oh, wow.
I've had Blue Spark. Okay, good choice.
Meanwhile,
I always feel like
strawberry Coke.
The issue with like off-brand Red Bulls is I don't feel like they have like the trust value. Like Red Bull gives you trust in that it won't kill you, whereas I feel like the off-brand ones, you're like, how have you made this so cheaply?
I've never like compared them, because with things like with paracetamol, and I didn't know this till I used to work in like a co-op ages ago, and like the stuff that's really expensive like Anadin, it's the exact same measures of the exact same ingredients in the own brand stuff, because you can only patent it for like 2 years. So the stuff that's 15p is exactly the same as like the £5 boxes.
Oh my God.
So I don't know if that's the same with energy drinks. I know that got a bit technical. I don't know if that's the same with energy drinks, but I think they're probably a lot of it, and maybe it's the placebo of a Red Bull just seeming nicer.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Because it's giving you wings.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
What we can do is we'll start an independent commission and we'll discover the truth.
Ridiculous. I actually have to do your intro today, Matt, which is probably a bit odd for you to hear me doing your intro, but
yeah.
You are our first ever guest on the show. You are popping that cherry, so we're really happy.
It's an honour. I'm really, really pleased to be invited. And yeah, as soon as I realised that I was the first person to be brought on, I was like, oh God, so big shoes to fill, even though no one's filled them yet. But here we go.
So how have you been? How have lockdown been treating you?
Yeah, it's been good actually. So we'd basically gone to stay with my mum just before everything went into lockdown, and we were there as all the rules came into place. So we'd been there for like the last few months, and we came back to London about a week or so ago. So it was really nice. It was obviously the longest time I'd spent with just my mum since I was at home, years and years ago. But it was great and it was lovely. But we were also with her boyfriend, my partner, our cat, my mum's 4 cats, a dog, my brother's girlfriend, and their toddler. So it was busy.
It's basically the quarantine arc. Like Noah.
It literally was. It was literally the quarantine arc, but it was nice. But yeah, it's good to be back in London now, and obviously we've skipped some of the more intense bit of lockdown, because where my mum was living, it's really quiet. We weren't going out very much, so yeah, it's nice to be back now. But yeah, what about you guys?
I've been good. Well, I have been for the first couple weeks of lockdown, I was actually at a friend of that MJ. I was at MJ's for like maybe the first month and a half, and that was really good because me and him I spent time with him and his partner, and we've not been able to like hang out properly for a long time since Pride last year. So it was nice to just be with the boys, and it was good because every day we will cook something different. We'll go for walks. It was nice. It did get a bit like stressful and depressing at times when you realize there's not like you can't do the stuff you want to do, like go dance to Lady Gaga or Dua Lipa in the streets and in the pubs. It was hard, but I feel like now that we're on the final stretch, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. How about you, Dan?
Well, I don't ever want to see the inside of this house again. And I have fully reached a point now where I don't want to do another at-home workout. I don't want to do a press-up. I don't want to do a squat. I want to go to the gym. I want to doss about there and pretend I'm doing workout thingy. I'm so over it. When in reality, I'm going to end up, literally after we finish recording, just doing another at-home workout. Like, I can't deal with them anymore. But apart from that, oh, guys, I'm so sorry. There's another fly.
Oh my god. Is it Fly Keisha back again?
No, this one's definitely different because she went out the window. This one is new.
We're going to call her Karen. Karen Leander.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, it is our Pride episode.
Yes.
So we have a few questions that we're going to run through.
Yeah.
Nick, what's you got? You want to jump in?
I know. So Matt, this is like, I know it's always nice to like, it's always, it's nice because it's like I've never actually like interviewed anyone. So this is like me testing my skills here. So if it comes across a bit shaky, blame the edit. Okay, blame the edit. So Matt, how does it feel to be part of such a momentous charity as AKT?
So I mean, I absolutely love being at AKT, and it's great to get to work somewhere where you really respect what everybody there is doing and what the cause is. Obviously my role is quite different to the role of like the frontline staff. You know, I'm just kind of writing the press releases and doing the website, but to still be a part of that is fantastic. And I didn't really realize, I mean, I've been there about 18 months and I didn't realize how small it is in terms of actual people. And when I'd started, I think it was maybe 20 people across 3 regions, and now it's still under 30 people across 4 regions. And it's really great work that they do. And I think we all know that there are young queer people within our community who are more disadvantaged than us. But until you kind of hear those stories from our services staff or from our young people who are now kind of ambassadors for the charity, you don't really realize how much and how intense this stuff is, and it's still happening on our front doorstep. Yeah, so it's really great to be a part of it. But yeah, it just reminds you that there's still a lot of work to be done.
Yes, indeed. So you've been at AKT for 18 months now. That's pretty awesome because I think I remember I saw you at Pride last year in London. I think. Were you at AKT then? I think you were.
Yes.
Yeah, you were.
I was.
I
yes.
remember.
Yeah, so it's obviously a little bit different this year, not being able to be at Prides in person. But AKT has a big presence at Pride. It's kind of a really important time for our young people, and I think a lot of queer young people. You know, it is a celebration for lots of people, but and for others it's a protest. But for a lot of young people, it's the one place once a year or however many prides they go to where they can kind of be themselves and maybe present in the way they choose to present their gender and their identity, or if they live somewhere very rural and aren't necessarily out, jumping on that train from rural Wales to go to Cardiff Pride once a year, or it's really important to our young people. So it was great to march with lots of them and with the rest of AKT last year, and hopefully we'll be doing it again this time next year. Hopefully we'll be back to normal by then, but we don't know.
Yes, hopefully. Let's hope because I am ready to party like 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So, like how LGBTQ plus issues are still prominent, right? How could us as like the LGBT community, how could we assist in any way possible? Like, what advice would you give us? How we can help?
So I mean, I think everybody has got there's a role for everybody in supporting the community as a whole, or marginalized parts of the community, or different parts of the community. I think it's really important that people try and understand difference as much as they can, and read and listen to people and activists and groups from within the community who represent a different strand of that community. So for cisgender people, listening to trans voices, following trans charities and activists, and just listening and hearing what they're saying. In terms of practical help, there's lots of small organizations and grassroots groups that do need practical support. They might not be able to afford an actual paid staff team. So if you're a trained lawyer and you say, look, I'm on the end of the phone, if you ever need legal advice, you can call me. That makes a monumental difference to a charity that's too small to have that kind of job in-house. And I think, it's kind of typical to say, but if you can afford to, dig deep and donate, because especially the smaller charities, that's what they really, really need, because they may not get government funding. They may be struggling. They may be run completely by volunteers. So I think that's a good start. I think those few things.
Awesome. So, like, if you were to, oh, by the way, if you hear something drop just now because a bee just flew in my room and I literally jumped off my chair and I was like,
we are under attack today.
I feel attacked today. I feel I literally have my window open slightly and I feel like it's like all the animals like, oh, it's a bug's life. No, this is not a Pixar show. Get the hell out.
Oh my God. The minute you mentioned the flies, I just firmly shut the windows that are in the room I'm in. There's not happening to me.
I was like,
I'll be sat hot and sweating, but at least I won't fear any flies.
I know. 100%. So what was AKT's, can you tell us what the Pride Parade would have been like this year if you were going to be on the street? Are you allowed to stay?
I mean, for us, we everything we do is kind of centered around our young people. So we don't kind of have huge themes or change our float. In the past we have also had floats. And then when I joined AKT, it was the first year that we chose to have a walking entry. I think that it's more cost effective, and we are a small charity and we should be funneling our costs into our services. But it also means that we can walk next to other community groups or with other people that might want to come and say hi to us and then walk back again. So I think last year we were by Channel 4 and there were lots of people from various Channel 4 shows and bits that have done bits and pieces for AKT and have supported us. So we'd have just been doing what we usually do, which is, walk in our t-shirts and give out lots of nice rainbow freebies to people and just make sure that we love giving them out.
It's the 1 year. I have never not been to Pride and not come with freebies, whether it be sweets, sexual health, posters, or it's always something free. And Pride is a parade. You gotta love it. Take everything. Take the messages on from the street. Just take it.
And I feel like it's the one time of year where people find this kind of renewed love for stickers and badges that no one knew they had. You end up coming home with a bag of stickers that it's nice because they end up on people's laptops or their cupboards or whatever else. And I think that's really nice. But we'd have just been, looking after the young people who we bring to march with us each year. So they take priority with our marching spaces because Prides only give you a certain number of walking passes. So we just, we invite celebrity friends along, we invite our young people. So it wouldn't have been too different to that. But we're doing what we can at the moment to still provide them with kind of some social support and stuff in the absence of Pride, I guess.
Awesome. Oh, I'm loving this. So my last question for you, because of course it's my thing. Matt, what will be your ultimate Pride Parade song? What will make you lose everything on the Pride during the parade? I really want to know. Because I really want to know. So do tell.
Okay, that's really interesting because I think it's one of those things. I don't know if either of you guys have this as well, but there are songs that I know would make me absolutely jump for joy, but I don't know necessarily if all of my friends would know what the songs are. So I suppose it's twofold. I think for me, it would have to be a queer musician, someone like Gurley, Vincent, Tom Aspel, somebody like that. But I guess if it's something that everyone... Yeah, it's really tricky. I should have thought about this before.
We're keeping you on your toes.
Yeah. I would say... probably M&EK or Years and Years, either of those two, or if they did a Pride collab, that would probably be the dream.
Amazing.